sports fans. Welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Next, we have eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. And last but not least, Chiricahua Community Health Center's Health for All. Tonight, we have the Lady Colts traveling to Tucson, Arizona to take on the Catalina Foothill Falcons, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Cochise County Sports Network tonight. This is Levi coming at you live from Catalina Foothills Falcons. Beautiful auditorium. I mean, you guys have got to see this place to believe it. Not only do they have 3 full courts just like Buena, but then they have this whole upper deck area behind the bleachers with an entrance from up top. So there's entrances from down below. There's entrances from a second-story observational deck, which gives us a very good height advantage here. We're not perfectly on the center line tonight. That has a lot to do with there being foot traffic and things like that we needed to watch out for. But we're all set up. We're getting ready to have some varsity volleyball. Getting here just in time. Now, let me tell you guys, this trip coming up here to Tucson here tonight was absolutely insane. Not only was the weather absolutely crazy, but when we were coming through Davison Canyon, a lot of those boulders, on those sidewalls that you have to drive through where you kind of lose your phone reception, boulders were coming down. They're laying in the middle of the road. There's people parked off on the side of the road the whole way to Tucson, just because of the extreme weather and things like that. So safely, and great thing that it's an indoor sport, because I would certainly not want to be outside right now trying to film in the rain. So thanks for everybody who's tuning in to tonight's broadcast. We're going to go ahead and turn the audio off while they get through their warm-ups here real quick. As you guys do know, we're not allowed to have copyrighted music on our broadcast. Facebook will pull the video down. So just give us some time, and we'll be right back. All right, so they have turned the music off, and they're getting ready to go through all of their sponsorship messages. Those, of course, include all of the local sponsors here in Tucson, Arizona. So I'm going to do the same thing. Let's give some shout-outs to some of our sponsors. Of course, you guys see right there at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you got Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve. That's our local energy co-op. Followed by that, we have Chiricahua Community Health Centers. A lot of you guys know about Chiricahua Community Health Centers. You've heard them on the radio. You've seen them in the paper. Wonderful health agency. Got eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. That's headed up by Gabe Chavez and his wife. If you guys want to see some cutting-edge realty work, get in touch with those guys. Got Apex Network Physical Therapy. They, of course, been a sponsor with us since last season. They do a lot of work with the sports medicine groups and things of that nature. We got Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments. So if you guys have any financial needs, if you guys want to, get a retirement plan put together or save for a vacation or something like that, give them a call. Lolly Automotive Group. If you guys are looking for a new or used vehicle, don't drive the Tucson, even though I just did today. Give Lolly Automotive a chance to earn your business. I can promise you're not going to be disappointed. As we get ready to wind into the game tonight, you're going to be joined by me as far as our live broadcast goes. I'm going to be operating the camera, running the scoreboard, as well as doing all the sportscasting. So I do apologize if I don't know all the names. In fact, I don't know very many of any of these girls, and I don't have rosters in front of me. So we're just going to have to bear with us here as we push graphics and do all that kind of fun stuff. So thanks to everybody who's tuning in, and we're going to get started here very shortly. All right, so they're getting ready to do the the starting lineup for the Colts, I believe. They're going over all the rules right now, telling everybody to be cordial and respectful to one another, that these schools compete under a friendly, sportsman-driven relationship. Right now, they're introducing the referee and umpires. I think that's what they call them. Just say that they're the refs here for tonight's match. You can see down there at the top left, you got Mr. Todd Bradbury. And our First Lady Colt coming out to the court. See if I can find a roster. Got Bridget Ledger coming out right now. Number 10 is Caitlin White. She was on JV last year. She's stepping up to the varsity level this year. Got Lauren Lane, number 5, I believe. Actually, no, she has a number change this year. She's number 11 now. Next up, you got Hallie Haymore, number 12, I believe. Followed by the libero, number 13. And I'm not even going to try to list off the names here for the Falcons, but number 16, first name Lauren. Number 14, Carolyn. I didn't catch the name, but this is number 10 coming out. It's hard to catch all the names because as soon as the announcer starts announcing them, this home crowd goes crazy, clapping and screaming. And number 2, this is Olivia. And their libero, Miss Hannah, will be the libero for the Catalina Foothill Falcons this evening. Time of the evening for the playing and singing of the national anthem. right, beautiful rendition of the national anthem. I believe they played it out over an intercom. All right, we're getting ready to start tonight's match. Got the scoreboard going. Scoreboard sponsor, of course, being Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. If you guys need any financial help, reach out to those guys. They're experts in their field, and they're going to be able to help you guys out through all of that transitional financial fiasco. Triple Fs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're ready to get started tonight. Welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight we've got the Lady Colts traveling to play the Catalina Foothill Falcons. It just got very quiet in here. All right, the coaches are checking to make sure all the ladies are in the proper rotation right now. Looks like they're down on Catalina Foothill's side right now. Quick rotation to bring the libero in, number 4. Now he's over on the Colts side, making sure everybody's in the proper rotation. And Buena's also bringing its libero in. Buena getting the ball first. Good dig by the Falcons. And a spike. It's going to send it long, giving the point to the Colts. Send it to the other side that time. Buena in the net there trying to get it up. That's going to give the point to the Catalina Foothills, as well as give them the serve. Tied up right now 1-1 here in the first set. It's a short pass into the net. It's going to be a side out for Buena. Looks like Hallie Haymore back to serve. She gets it in. Good dig by Buena there. Free ball sent over. That looks like it just caught the inside corner. Falcons point. Little jump shot from Caitlin White. Mishandled there. Going to be a point for the Falcons as the Colts return the ball back into the net. Lauren Lane with a quick cross. Good dig by number 8. Good little rally here. Points going to Catalina. Good dig by Lauren. Just out of the reach of number 11, Lauren Lane there. 6-2. Falcons have pulled away here with a little bit of a dumped over by off the block. It got a little bit of a lift. Saved by the back row. Little cross angle by number 11, Lauren Lane out there is going to bring the score to 4-6. Colts are closing in on that lead. And folks, our internet's a little intermittent tonight, so if the broadcast is freezing here or there, we do apologize. I would recommend trying one of our other platforms. If it's not working there on Facebook, head over to YouTube and search Cochise County Sports Network. You'll find our live stream there. Or head over to svnn.news, go to our sports page, and you guys can tune in there as well. That's a direct feed from our service provider. Good play by the Catalina Foothill Falcons, making the score 7-4, giving them the serve. And the ace. Not a lot of mistakes are hitting into the net tonight, but there have been quite a few aces early on here from the Catalina Foothills early in the first set. And that's out of bounds. Side out for Buena. Lauren Lane back to serve. Mishandled a little bit. I think somebody was in the net on Buena's side, so that's going to be a point to the Catalina Foothill Falcons. It's one of those mistakes I was talking about not happening a lot so far. And it seems like right after I say something, it happens. Good dig by the libero. And the block was there, not able to get over the house. Score is now 10-5. Good cross angle. The block is there. I don't think they got over the net. And timeout Colts. All right, so far what we've seen here in the first set is the Falcons having a pretty decisive lead over the Colts. A lot of those points coming from aces or just mishandling the ball on Buena's side, as well as a couple side outs here and there. It's not too late, though. It's only the first set. Colts aren't down by that many points. They could still come back and take it. Let me tell you, when these timeouts are called, it gets very quiet in this auditorium. It's the strangest thing. Catalina Foothill Falcons are back to serve number 14. Buena Colts just re-entered the court. And we're about to get the whistle. Good dig by the libero. To the back row of Catalina Foothills. Not able to get over the net from the back row, and that's going to be a point for Buena. Little tip over, and that's going to find the empty spot in Buena's defense there, giving another point to the Foothill Falcons. Good dig by Lauren Lane. Unfortunately, put it right back in the net. Caitlin White not able to keep it off the ground. And that catches an inbounds. Empty spot toward the backcourt on Buena's side. It's going to make the score 14-6. Catalina Foothills back to back to serve. Mishandled on Catalina Foothills side there. Kind of got tooled off the block a little bit if I saw correctly. And just caught a weird angle. They weren't able to. Nice side angle shot there by Catalina Foothills, mishandled by Buena. Tip over the net, trying to find an empty spot, but not able to get through the Falcons' defense there. Looks like it's going to be a point for Buena as Catalina Foothills mishandles that last. Side, which is part of the reason why there's a little bit of a delay here. Also, the internet connection is dropped below its recommended level, half the frames that we would normally send. So we do apologize for the bit of a delay here in the stream if you're experiencing one. Changing, connections. Jumping on YouTube, or if you're on YouTube, jumping over onto Facebook. Kind of reset your stream. That there is issues with re-upload the final product, the entire game, and it's point to the Falcons. Here comes Lauren Lane, and she sends it long. Good free ball sent back over by Buena. Had to get scrappy there. Good dig. And they got it back over. It's one of those in the right place at the right time situations. Point for the Falcons. 19-8 is the current score. Good up by Buena. Able to get it back over. But the Falcons were right there to put it right back on Buena's court. That's going to be a long serve, giving Buena 9 points. What we've seen so far is most of those 9 points have just been to default from Catalina Foothills messing up one of their serves, or maybe mishandling the ball here or there. But so far, the Falcons have maintained a pretty dominant lead here in the first set, taking yet another point, making it 21-9. And their serve. There's what we've been looking for. Nice empty hole on Catalina's defense, and Buena fired it in there. Kind of a low serve. Buena puts up the block. You see what Buena did there. Number 9 going up for the spike. Unfortunately, nobody came up to cover the area behind her, and the Falcons put the ball right back down into that new empty spot. 22-10. Back to serve the libero. Nice short serve to the back end of the court. Off the tape, Catalina's able to get it back. I just realized I wasn't turning the camera. I do apologize, guys. I'm running the scoreboard, doing the sportscasting, operating the camera, pushing the graphics, doing a little bit of everything tonight. Buena finds a hole. 24-11, Falcons leading the first set. In varsity volleyball here at the 5A level, it's best set 3 out of 5. Short serve by Lauren Lane. Tipped to the hole. That's going to be set point for the Falcons.
All right, sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lally Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Next, we have eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. And last but not least, Chiricahua Community Health Center's Health for All. Tonight, we have the Lady Colts traveling to Tucson, Arizona to take on the Catalina Foothill Falcons, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Gina Lane, your Sierra Vista Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Gina is a proud sponsor of the Buena Colts varsity football team right here on Cochise County Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, call Gina Lane at 520-459-1488 or stop by her office at 49 North Coronado Drive in Sierra Vista. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Native Grill and Wings has had its own game day rules since 1979. First down, piling on. Excessive celebration. That's allowed here. Well then, touchdown. Go Native.
All right, so those are just a few of the sponsors of tonight's broadcast. We got about 25 seconds left here between the sets. We're going to go ahead and get this scoreboard back up and going for you folks. There we are. The Falcons leading the game so far tonight, 1-0. As they switch sides of the court, now we're going to have the Lady Colts on the right side, and the Catalina Foothill Falcons are going to be on the left side. As the buzzer sounds, let's play ball. Ref is checking positioning, sending number 15 up there to the front court. And back. I think what they're trying to do is maybe substitute number 13 in right now. I don't know all the rules of the game, like some of the announcers we usually have, but this happens before every set begins. Make sure everybody's in the proper rotations. Make sure that we can bring the libero in when the libero is supposed to be brought in. It's number, I think it's his 13 there coming in right there in the white. Now heading over to Catalina Foothill's side. You can do the same thing. Now substituting number 4, the libero there. She's going to be in the front of the court. Well, actually, she's still technically backcourt. Mishandled there, giving an early point to the Colts. Just got a piece of it when it was going over the net, and that sent it into an odd direction, and it just found an empty spot of the court to land on. Ref doing some adjustments, putting the libero back into the serving position. Good serve. It's going to be off the block. That's going to give the point to the Falcons. Tipped back over. Beautiful block. They're going to have to send a free ball back over. And that catches the inside. Just barely caught the line there by Hallie Haymore, number 12. It's going to give the points and the serves back to Buena. So the Colts take, I think, their only lead so far in this game. Got a little bit off the block. They're going to dump it back over on 2. And putting up a block, Buena's able to get another point. Now 3-1. Just outside. Looked like it might have caught that back corner, but the line judge, or the back corner judge, whatever it's called, called it out. And another out of bounds, giving the point back to Buena. A little bit of back and forth right now in the point and the serving. Catalina Foothills back to serve. They try to cross the court there at an extreme angle. Unfortunately, didn't get enough distance to get over the net. Ties the score 4-4. Catalina Foothills up to serve. Good dump, but good up by the Catalina Foothills. And that's out of bounds, giving the point back to Buena. Hallie Haymore back to serve. Found an empty spot there in the defense, and Lauren Lane puts it down. Now this is a different team coming out in the second set. It's the same Lady Colts, but they have a different strategy here. So far it's working. Free ball sent back over from Catalina. Could be a good chance for Lauren Lane to connect. Off the tape, off the block. They're able to get it inside the antenna and back over. And a tip. Catalina puts it down. Fortunately, they get a net call. Looks like the point's going to go to Buena. 7-4. I see Buena down there cheering. Looks like somebody was out of rotation or in the net or something on Catalina's side, and the point automatically goes to Buena. Their coach came up. He was also a little confused. He had to talk to the down ref real quick. Quickly explained to him what was going on, and he sat back down. Buena serves to the net. It's going to be a side out for Catalina. Oh, and off the foot. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I've asked this question several times. It is actually a legal play to kick the ball. I believe any part of your body can get the ball. It counts as a touch. And Lauren Lane stuck her foot out there, tried to kick it back over the net. Good diving dig. Lauren Lane sends one back. Defended. And they're giving that one to the Foothill Falcons. Went out of bounds. I believe it tooled off the block a little bit on Buena's side. Back row attack. And it's out of bounds. That's going to tie the game up 8-8. Wow. You can see that, guys. Quick little decision real quick on Catalina Foothills to kind of lob the ball back over, and it played out in their favor. Buena calls the timeout. It's funny, I believe with as quiet as it gets in between each of these quarters, each of these sets, or during timeouts, I believe the only people really talking and making noise are those JV and freshman girls from Buena down there cheering their team on. Buena taking the full timeout. Coming back on the court now. And here comes the whistle. We're getting ready to go. It's going to be a quick ace, 10-8, as the Falcons once again take the lead. Inside the antennas, but out of bounds. That's going to be another point to Catalina Foothills. Good dig on these short serves. Lauren tries to smack it down. Unfortunately, the block was there. Point once again to the Falcons. Lauren just getting there in time. A little bit of a miscommunication. Looks like it happened on each side of the court. Haymore sending it back over. A quick dive, saving it again. So Lauren can push it to the back. Excellent strategy there. She saw that backcourt player running up, and she'd been tipping it short a lot lately. This time she pushed it all the way to the back of the court. And that backcourt player just misjudged it as they ran up to try to get the block. Caitlin White back to serve. A little bit of tip, but looks like it's outside the antenna. They're going to give the point to Buena. Still a two-point match, a two-point set. Free ball sent over by the Falcons. All right, number 15 nails it down there in the center of the court. Colts looking a lot stronger in this set than they were in set number one. Not just a 1 point deficit. See if they can chew into that lead a little. Unfortunately, Caitlin White sends it a little short. making it 11-13. I thought that was in the net, but it went over. Buena converts, gets it back across. I believe they're going to call that in the net there. They're going to give the point to Buena. Now a 1-point game again. Off the head, and they played it, but they weren't able to get it back over. That was actually really funny. Tie game, 13-13. That backcourt defender wasn't ready for the serve right off her head, and her teammate was able to keep the ball from hitting the ground. They almost got it back over the net. That would have been something else. Good stop by Buena, pushing it back over, finding a hole, and Catalina getting caught up in the net, giving Buena the lead here, 14-13 in the second set. All right, another timeout called. I didn't catch who had called the timeout, but our line refs are going to tangle it out there in the middle of the court a little bit. Get some drill practice in. Catalina Foothill Falcons coming back on the court first. They've done that at every timeout so far tonight. So Lady Colts coming back out with about 15 seconds left on the clock. That might not have been the timeout clock, though, because the buzzer did go right as they were coming out. Lauren Lane back to serve. Number 11 this year. She was number 5 last year. And an ace from Lauren Lane. We'll see plenty more of those from her this season. She's an absolute monster when it comes to her serving game. There's another one, almost sent out of bounds. They're going to have to free ball it over. That's going to be 4 hits on Buena. Point going back to Catalina Foothills. Substitution, we got number 14 coming in for number, I believe it's 1. She takes the bench. Good serve, good up by Haymore. Falcons right back there. They're going to send it to the back corner. No good. Tooled off the block to the back court. They find a good angle, but the Colts were able to get there. They're able to keep it out of the net. And they caught the inside corner. That's going to be a point for the Colts. Good little rally we had going on there. Trying to figure out who's up to serve right now. I don't believe it's Lauren Lane. She does have the ball in her hand right now. And I got the libero, number 12, coming in. Good little float serve. Dug up by, wow. I don't know if you guys saw that number. I believe that's number 10 with the Catalina Foothill Falcons. She was right there. She jumped up and she just slammed it down. There was no way the Colts were going to come back and dig that out. Good job on Lauren Lane getting it back in bounds. Off the tape. Hallie Haymore gets it up. Number 9 trying to cross sweep it in there. Unfortunately, she came down without success. Ties the game up 16-16. Very close set so far. Lots of back and forth play. Good block, good up, able to keep it out of the net, and they free ball it back over. Buena puts it right back down. They get it right back over, and here they are setting it back up. Buena not able to fight off that block. The Catalina Foothill Falcons take the lead. What a wonderful rally. Short serve into the net, tying the game back up 17-all. Good up. Buena keeps it inbounds, throws the free ball over. A diving save there, unfortunately out of bounds. It's going to give the point to the Falcons, making it 18-17. All right, they're calling that a double hit on the Colts, so that's going to be a point for the Falcons. Giving them the side out here. All right. And that spike was missed. They're going to tip it back over to the middle. They tip it back over. Buena's able to dive and dump it back across so quickly, so I missed it. Catalina Foothills still able to hold a dominating stance there in that rally. Very, very good defense coming out of the Falcons players tonight. It's 20-18. Colts need this win to give themselves a shot at taking the match tonight. It's going to be blocked. Calling the line ref up. They're giving the point to Buena. So what I believe happened here is it was blocked by Catalina, but then the ball came back down to Buena's side, falling out of bounds without Buena touching it, which is going to be, by default, the Colts are going to get the point there. Hallie Haymore back to serve. They're going to call that out of bounds, giving the point to the Falcons, 21-19. Not able to get there in time. Another point to the Falcons, 22-19. Buena calls another timeout here. Try to ice that server. So the way that these games work at the varsity level is it's best 3 out of 5, right? So right now we've got the Catalina Foothill Falcons. They've got the first set under their belt. If they're able to sweep the second one here out from under the Colts, then all they have to do is win that third set. They're going to take the match. Now, Buena can somehow, it's a close match here. If they can win this set, then it's going to be tied 1-1. They'll go into a third set. Whoever wins that set will then be leading 2-1. They're going to have to go into a tiebreaker set. They're going to have to go into a fourth and fifth set in order to figure out, who's going to win the match. Buena, of course, still taking every second of that timeout that they can. Ending their huddle right as the buzzer goes off. Falcons back to serve still. Oh, and they caught that back corner. The Colts are going to get that point, 20-22, and they're going to get the serve here very late in the second set. So you got I believe that's number 10 back there to serve right now. Looks like Caitlin White. Might be wrong. Good serve nonetheless, and an ace. It's going to make the score 21-22. It's that much closer right now, and I did catch the face of number 10. That is Caitlin White with the ace. Another great serve. Tipped over. Good job there at getting another point for the Falcons, 23-21. Now, in order to win one of these sets, you have to win by 2 points. So if it's 25-24, you have to go until it's 26-24. You have to win by 2 points or more. So sometimes you'll have rallies that go into 20 or 30 points. Ooh, and that's going to be long. But you'll have them go 20 to 30 points because, you know, it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and they never leave more than 1 point apart from each other. Lady Falcon getting her shoe put back on. It's going to be set point. So if they're able to score here, that's going to make it 2-0 as we trail into the third set. Tipped it back over. Oh, and they not lob it, but they put it over. Wow, and rolling over the top of the net. The Colts are able to get it back over. And a very decisive spike back down into the Lady Colts territory, giving the win to the Lady Falcons.
All right, sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Next, we have eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. And last but not least, Chiricahua Community Health Center's Health for All. Tonight, we have the Lady Colts traveling to Tucson, Arizona to take on the Catalina Foothill Falcons, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
This just in. Who really owns your electric company? The answer is you. SSVEC is a cooperative owned by its members with benefits of ownership like all profits are eventually returned to members who can also vote in board elections and call on energy experts for free energy audits to help you cut energy costs. So who really owns your electric company?
We do. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Lawley from the Lawley Automotive Group. Summer's here and it's getting hot, and so are the deals at all our dealerships. Check out the great selection of Buicks, Chevrolets, GMCs, Hondas, Nissans, Hyundais, Fords, Kias, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Rams we have in stock. With some of the biggest discounts and rebates of the year, now's the time to buy your new vehicle. With over 20 lending institutions, your finance term could never be better. Shop us online at lawleycars.com or come to any one of the Lawley dealerships and see why so many people in Southern Arizona choose Lawley Motors for their next vehicle purchase. Because nobody beats a Lawley deal. Nobody.
All right, sports fans, we are back for set number 3 here in tonight's varsity volleyball match. We've once again switched sides. The Catalina Foothill Falcons are going to be on the right side of the court. Our Lady Colts are here on the left side of the court. Right now, the Falcons are leading 2-0, which means if they're able to close this third set out, that's going to be an early night for the Colts. They're going to be going back to Sierra Vista to take on the Cholla Chargers tomorrow night in a home match. Bueno, of course, taking all 3 sets last night against the Serraro Cougars. A very decisive win for the Lady Colts, 3-0. It was also the first night that 4 of our missing starters came back and played for pretty much the entire season. So that ref is doing a great job at making sure the lineups and orders of these young ladies are good. Ball going back to the libero there. as she prepares to serve. The Falcons taking an early 1-0 lead here in the third set. Colts able to keep that one in off the block there. That's going to be 1-1. Colts tipping that ball down 2-1. Some of their volleyball IQ starting to show on the court a bit. Catalina in the net. That's going to give another point to the Colts. So we're in set number 3, but if the Lady Colts are able to win this, then we'll go to a 4th set. And if they win that, then we're going to go to tiebreaker 5th, rally to 15 points. Catalina unable to convert that back over. So the Colts take a 3-point lead very early here in the third set. Falcons finding that empty hole in the Colts defense once more. The attack was a little long. Up by Caitlin White over the hill by Hallie Haymore to the back row of the Catalina Falcons, and they were not able to stop the ferocity of that spike. Hallie Haymore putting it back down. The Falcons, with a diving attempt, were able to get the ball back over. It's just outside of the antennas and then later out of bounds. Good up by the Falcons. And a good conversion. A little bit of a mishandle. Good block. And a little bit of a mishandle. That's going to give the point to the Falcons. And again, I apologize, folks. Sometimes I'm standing to watch this game, so I'm looking over my monitor. And so sometimes I get lost in the action and forget to turn the camera left and right. Free ball sent over by the Colts. They try to dump it over, but Lauren Lane, number 11, is there. It's going to make it 7-5. The Colts still holding on to their small lead. It's going to be out of bounds. The Colts are going to get that point. Side out, 8-5. And that's going to be an ace for Miss Hallie Haymore. Score's now 9-5. See if she can keep that rhythm going, get some more slide outs here. Beautiful jump serve, well dug by Catalina Falcons. And they find that empty hole as number 1 lays out on the ground trying to reach it. Mishandled and off the back wall by the Colts. Just going to close that lead to 2 points now, 9-7. Good tip by Lauren Lane. It's inbounds. That's going to make it 10-7 now. As Caitlin White steps back for her serve. Nice inbound serve. And I like what the Falcons do here. They go up like they're going to make a massive strike on the ball. And then when the Colts go to put the block up, they just tip it right over them. And the only thing that can really make that happen, in my opinion, is a good length of air time. You know, they hang in the air there as they go to strike, and then right at the last second, they tip it over. Point to the Falcons. Caitlin White gets it up. It's pushed to the back by Lauren Lane. Out of bounds strike there, and they're calling for a touch. They're yelling at the line judge right now to call for the touch, and now we have the down ref coming up. They had given the point on the scoreboard to the Colts, but they're calling a touch off the block there before it sailed up and out of bounds. Now they're calling the coaches for each team over right now. This is probably going to mean they're going to replay the last point. I was wrong. They're actually going to go ahead and turn that over and give the point to the Lady Falcons, making it a tie game for the first time this set, 10-10, as well as the serve. This could be a turning point for the Falcons. This could be what they needed to get the win here in the third and final set for them. Now, obviously, Caitlin White, one of the team captains, had to go over there and have that discussion. One thing I know about Miss White is she's very honest. She's got a good sense of morality, and she's not afraid to make the unfavorable decision if it's the right decision. Lauren Lane getting it back over. Very awkward approach there, but they're able to get it. They back row killed it, but unfortunately it's out of bounds. It's going to give the point to the Lady Falcons, who slip away into the lead here, 12-10. Mishandled on the Colts. That lead lengthens at least. It's 13-10. Good up below the libero, and the ball sailed right back over and then was spiked back down, 14-10. I know there's a term for that, and I'm not looking at the comments because I got too many things I'm doing at once here, but overball or something like that. I don't know. Another front row attack, sending the ball way long. And just like that, we went from a 2-point Buena lead to a 5-point Catalina Falcons lead. Hallie Haymore and Caitlin White able to get it up. Lauren Lane goes for the cross kill. Unfortunately, sends it out of bounds. 16-10 is now the score. Colts call a timeout. So what could happen here if the Catalina Falcons are able to sweep this third set? That's going to be the third set out of the 5 they need in order to win the match tonight. It's going to send the Lady Colts home early. Not that they couldn't use the advantage there. They have a home match against the Cholla Chargers tomorrow night. They've been playing 2 days in a row now, so they have 3 games in a row, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And then, of course, they're going to take a week off after that. Their next game won't be until the 27th of September. So on Friday, I believe we're going to be traveling to Phoenix for an out-of-town Buena Colts varsity football game. And then we have some stuff Saturday and Sunday probably that we're going to have to take care of as well. Falcons back to serve. Up by Hallie Haymore. Brought back to the front by Lauren Lane. They're able to get it over. And there's another one of those very decisive swings by the Falcons. 17-10. They take a 7-point lead. And that's 7 points. Excuse me, that's 9 points technically in a row, folks, that they've got. Number 8 coming in for number 15 for the Colts. They're going to trade out the front row player there. Overpass. An overpass is what I was talking about there. That's another overpass. Unfortunately, the Falcons were in the net. They're going to give the point to the Lady Colts, I believe. That's how they called it. Yes, they did make the adjustment to the scoreboard here. Scoreboard, they'd given the point to the Falcons, but it did go back to the Colts. Back to serve. Able to keep that out of the net. Not able to get it over on a free ball, so that's going to be another point for the Colts, making the points score 12-17. Colts trailing behind here by 5 points. Lauren Lane back to serve. Now watch this. No matter how she serves it, it's usually mishandled by the opponent team. High tip back over. That gave plenty of time for the Falcons to get underneath the ball. And just off the net there, off the tape, they're able to confuse the defense of the Colts and get the point. Now 18-12. All right, and that's going to be a point for the Falcons. They caught that back corner, 19-12 now. They're getting closer and closer, closing out the third set here. Mishandled. It kind of rolled off of number 6's fingertips there. Not able to get the power behind the ball to get it over the net. It's going to make it 20-12. Colts need to call a timeout or do something to really change the pace of this match if they're going to come back and try and win this set. That is the only way they get into a 4th and 5th set is by winning this set. If they lose, the game is over. Lauren Lane ups it. Hallie Haymore, they tip it over. Off the net a little bit. That's going to be a point for the Colts. 13-20. They're calling that for the Colts. I'm not sure quite what happened there, but they are calling it. Point for the Colts, 14-20. Just say 20-14, actually. Good up by the Falcons. And a mishandle on the tip there. That's going to make it a 6-point game. Excuse me, a 4-point game. It's now 20-16. The Colts have got a little bit of a run going on right now. And into their bench. That's going to give another point to the Colts. Now 20-17. This ball comes back to the Colts libero. off the block or off the tape, either or. It does come down into an empty spot of the Colts defense. They're going to call that for the Catalina Falcons. 21-6. Falcons now get the serve. Hallie Haymore puts it back over, not able to find a hole in the defense there. Now they get it back over, and it's mishandled, but brought back. Back row attack to get it over the net. Great job by the Falcons. A cross lob there, but unfortunately that's going to be out of bounds, giving the points to the Falcons. Score is now 22-17. Actually, according to the scoreboard here, it's 22-16 at the venue, so we'll make that adjustment, but we had it as 22-17, which it now is 22-17 because the Colts just got a side out. Colts send it into the net. That's going to be 23-17 now. Just within 2 points at the end of this game if the Catalina Falcons can close this out. Good scrappy behavior there off the block. The Colts are able to keep it alive. That's going to be an out of bounds. 23-18 Colts ball. Off the block, this is going to make it game point. It's going to actually be match point if the Lady Falcons can close this out right now with an ace or a side out. They're going to go ahead and take the match. 3 up, 3 down. We've got the Catalina Falcons calling a timeout. Now, we were going to play a little bit with instant replay here tonight. We started playing with it last night. Unfortunately, it did record the audio of our program, and that's no good when you have people trying to commentate on the replay, but you can hear whatever they were saying when the replay was recorded. So we were going to go ahead and knock that out and get it taken care of tonight, but unfortunately, I had to jump on the mic as well tonight, giving you this very boring, probably inaccurate play-by-play color commentary. Colts called it out, but they didn't want to let it hit the line there, so they're going to play it anyway. And there's that point. The Lady Falcons, a very decisive victory, 3-0. They shut the Colts out. The Colts are going to be taking an early bus ride home tonight as they prepare for a home match against the Cholla Chargers. So thanks to everybody who tuned in to tonight's broadcast. We have a long drive back to Sierra Vista tonight. We'll catch you next time. We'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you Friday for some more Buena Colts sports and right here on Cochise County Sports Network. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, and have a great night.
All right, sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lally Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Next, we have eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. And last but not least, Chiricahua Community Health Center's Health for All. Tonight, we have the Lady Colts traveling to Tucson, Arizona to take on the Catalina Foothill Falcons, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.